Let's talk Avatar Fire and Ash, the only movie I saw in December, and I saw it twice. I saw it in Dolby 3D, and I also saw it in IMAX 3D. I think I like the Dolby 3D experience a bit more, however, it was really heavy on the eyes and really, really heavy on the brain. Whereas IMAX 3D was a bit more lighter, so your pick, is what I should say. With that being said, I do want to talk about this. I'm going to try to wrap this up in 3 minutes. We're just going to get going, if that makes sense. Avatar, the first time I saw it, I gave it a 4.5. This was for a few different reasons. Let's talk about those right now. The first one being, I really didn't like Zhao Champion's performance in this. However, having seen it twice and also watching a bunch of reviews and stuff, I don't really think it's his fault. And I've seen other performances of his that I've enjoyed a bit more, kinda. So I don't know if it's necessarily his fault, but also I'm not saying it's not his fault. I'm just saying that the way they had to film this was weird. I also don't think Sigourney Weaver was really well casted here. I really don't like her voice in this movie. I really don't like her controlling a 16-year-old avatar either. It makes sense for the story itself. I'm not going to jump in spoilers here. I can see why the creative choice was made, but I just feel like there's other places you could have put her. Other actors I think were horribly miscast is still Kate Winslet. I felt like this way in the second movie, and I feel this way in the third movie where she has a bigger role. I personally feel like Kate Winslet could have played the Eddie Falcone character in this movie and would have been justifiably fine if James Cameron really wanted to act with her, which is cool. I'm cool with that. I just feel like they maybe should have got somebody else to portray the character that they were portraying with Kate Winslet, if you understand what I mean. Those are like the big standouts. Also, there's something to say about the Ash people in general, and hankering back to the the ways of indigenous people when they're being spotlighted in like the 30s and 40s in movies, or I guess the 50s and 60s in movies. No, I think it was the 30s and 40s westerns. You know what I'm talking about? Where they're savages and they're, I hate that word, but where they're doing horrible, horrible things, and to bring that back into Avatar into current day to make the bad guys bad. I think there's something to say about that as well, and there could be points taken off because of that. But we did get Varang out of it, which is by far a fucking amazing character. So I'm okay with it because of that. I'm okay with Varang. I also like Kortek here as well. I think there's such nuances Stephen Lang brings to performance. Natiri is still probably the standout performance for me, though. I continue to go see these movies for Natiri, and I continue to be very pleasantly surprised and beautifully elated. I think they did the most with her here, which I loved. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Avatar Fire Nash. I landed on a 5, by the way, by the end. All three movies are a 5 star.